You know, when you were 5 years old, you would never let your mother turn off your nightlight because it kept away the monster that hid in the dark void in your closet. She would laugh it off as your imagination, but you knew. You knew it was real. You know it's real. By the time you were 8, she wouldn't even listen at your pleas, and she would turn the light off and close your door, leaving you in eternal darkness. You had to grow up. You had to face your fears. When she left, the monster would stretch its slender hands from the gap of your closet doors just to taunt you. His arms would grow longer and longer, and it seemed as he could get to you any second now. You hoped that, as you grew older, the monster would leave and find a new victim, but it never did. As a matter of fact, it started not only haunting you from the void of your closet, it was everywhere. When you were walking to school, it would walk behind you, hiding behind tall trees every time you get paranoid and turn around. When you were home alone, when you watch TV and feel like something is on the ceiling creeping up to you, don't worry, you're not insane, because it is real. It is made of rotting flesh and bones and of lost souls. It smells like dead bodies and it hugs you every time you're sad, just to remind you of your own misery. As I grew older, my fears grew with me. As my fears grew, it fed on them and became larger and even more terrifying. It was becoming stronger. It was no longer bound to the dark corners of the room. It was able to follow me in broad daylight. When I was surrounded by people I loved and when I was supposed to feel safe, it was still there. I couldn't live like this anymore. My mother was right. I had to face my fears. I had to face it. Yesterday I was sitting in my living room alone when I could start smelling the scent of rotting bodies creeping up behind me. My skin was crawling and I felt sick to my stomach. It just stood there. I tried to ignore it, but I couldn't keep on like this anymore. For the first time in my fragile mortal life, I turned around and looked it in the eyes. My heart was going to rip out of my chest, and it smiled, mocking me. I froze as the sudden realization came to my mind. I'm only afraid of it because all my life I thought I was supposed to be. It only exists because I am afraid of it. If I'm not, it has nothing to feed off. I smiled, greeting my old friend. It looked confused. I am not afraid anymore, I whispered mockingly. It was almost like I could see fear in his eyes. He let out a blood-curdling scream and ran away to my room, into my closet. It was not strong anymore. I am in power. I will become its worst nightmare. It caused my mania and I will be the end of it. The prey has become the hunter. It has been hiding in the void of my old closet again. I plan on paying my old friend a visit tonight.